Welcome back to another video with me, Diamond Racing. Today we're doing the Hungarian race review, GP review, with the driver ratings from 10th to 1st and the new championship standings before going into the summer break, which is a big deal because then it's my official halfway point, and then it's going to be a video maybe in a week's time about how I would rate the drivers so far from 20th to 1st. So as the season progressed, because this is usually where they have like their own breaks and they focus on their performances for the next half. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the race itself. Very entertaining race. I think that last few laps, that battle with Piastri and Norris was very entertaining. Norris having the better pit stop strategy, which was, it happened. He made good use of it and he stayed ahead of Piastri. The rest of the drivers, Alonso doing an amazing job, Fortunate as well, Verstappen sinking a bit. Russell, also a good drive. Leclerc, amazing qualifying. Let's just talk about the qualifying for a second. That was the closest qualifying for the top 10 margins in history. That's crazy. Very good. So, I think that's all for now. Let's go into the top 10 drivers, but first we need to talk about our bottom 3 drivers, which is going to be Gasly, Tsunoda, and Ocon, I think. Gasly, my favorite driver at this moment, didn't have a very good weekend. Has been out qualified by Colapinto, and then the race itself, he got a penalty for collision and didn't have the best pace. I really hoped he could just like pop the thing in Q3 like he usually does and then get some points, but that didn't happen. So Tsunoda, just the usual, actually very close in qualifying, but still out in Q1, and the race wasn't particularly good. And Ocon just not close to his teammate in the qualifying, and in the race didn't move up that much. Let's quickly just talk about Antonelli. A very, very needed summer break for him to get his composure back, because he's a very good driver in my opinion. And I think he just needs a little bit of break. The pressure's getting much. So hopefully after the summer break, he'll be in the fight for the rookie of the season. We'll see who's busy leading the charge there. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, honorable mention time was 2 drivers we need to talk about. They are Behrman and Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg, again, a very good race. Qualifying that not that good. Bortoleto outpacing him again and making some very critical mistakes, like the start, which is a very small mistake, but it cost him big. And he didn't have that much pace in the race compared to his teammates. And he almost got points again. Behrman the same. It's just hard to rank him because he did have damage. So that's why he's in my honorable mention section. So yeah, let's go to top 10, starting with the first point scorer, Max Verstappen. It's hard to rate him because he's really doing so good. The top 5 in this ratings were so close. It was so hard to choose, but Verstappen, a very average weekend from him. Qualifying, nothing special. Behind Bortoleto, just in front of Lawson and Hajar. That's so close, I'm not sure if it's the car. I did see them struggling with the car, Tsunoda as well. But Verstappen usually has something special. The strategy he was on almost worked. He did some nice overtaking, but 10th is all I could give him. 9th place is going to be Lance Stroll. A very, very good weekend from him. Qualifying pace especially, just a bit off Alonso, which had an amazing qualifying. Had an amazing race. He did fall off quite a bit, couldn't overtake Bortoleto after Bortoleto overtook him, and he just didn't have the pace his teammate had. Like, I think he was a few good seconds behind his teammate, but 9th is still very good because the rest of these people are so close. Like, the margins are so small. So I think the closest average margin I had since like ever. 8th place is going to be Carlos Sainz. Coming into this weekend, Williams were like, this is their bogey circuit with Hungary and Spain, and you could see that with Albon struggling out in Q1. Carlos actually did a very good job in qualifying. He qualified P13 or P12, one of those two, and he actually had a very good race pace. He was in the points for most of the race. Had contact with Gasly. Without that, I think he could have finished P11, P12. I think he finished P14, 15. But he had a very good race. I think the pace was there, much faster than Albon. Albon did close the gap, and that's why Albon was almost in the top 10, but he isn't. But yeah, 7th place, our first rookie on this list, Liam Lawson. Very good weekend overall. Just faster than his teammate, just behind Verstappen in qualifying, and beating Verstappen in the race, which is no mean feat. Verstappen couldn't get past him. I'm very surprised they didn't use what do you call it, team orders for the team, because he was so close and then he just dropped off. He also was closer to Stroll, I think, than he was to Verstappen at the end. So that was really interesting. Lawson doing a very good job, scoring some good points for his campaign to become Rookie of the Year. Sixth place is going to be the runner-up driver, Oscar Piastri. You might think, why is he so low? It's qualifying wasn't the best for both the McLaren drivers. Scoring their 200th win is also a great achievement for the team. But his race pace, he couldn't overtake Leclerc. That might be because Leclerc was just much faster, much better. But they had such a good pace advantage in that car. You could see that when he overtook Leclerc on the third stint, but he just couldn't close that gap. And I think Norris just had a much better race pace after the first few laps. Norris didn't have a good first lap, and he had fresher tires to pass Norris. He made that mistake locking up at that, I think, the second last time, and that cost him the race win and cost him some crucial points in this championship. Okay, fifth place is going to go to our pole sitter with an amazing, it's definitely my driver from qualifying. He had a very good race pace as well. Like, I just need to talk about that qualifying. That was amazing. Like, out of nowhere, he had me up my feet. He had me thinking he could actually win this race at one point as well. That first two stints were amazing. I'm not sure what happened at that last one, but it can't be Leclerc's pace, because he did say something about something with the car, so I still believe it's something to do with the car, because he dropped off a cliff, and that was not even joking, he just dropped. So he's my fifth driver. Fourth, our winner, Lando Norris. Very mediocre qualifying, couldn't even beat his teammates. But both of the McLarens, like I said, didn't have good qualifying pace. He was my driver of the race. That's why he jumped up to fourth. The three drivers ahead of him were just much more consistent over the 2 days, because this is an average based grid that I use. And Norris, that he had to work for that win. Like, I really thought Piastri was going to overtake him, but he just didn't panic. He was calm and steady, which usually he can get frustrated or make mistakes. No mistakes from him. Winning the race, such a close margin, and yeah, he was just a better driver over this race, over the whole race. Okay, our first podium contender, third place, is going to be Gabriel Bortoleto, my rookie of the race, and starting a very good campaign, being the second place rookie just after Hajar in the standings, busy closing that gap. He wants that Rookie of the Year award. But such amazing qualifying. Qualifying 7th is amazing, while the teammate is out in Q1 again. That is really amazing. Then in the race, can't believe he even finished P6. He had some good overtakes, overtaking Stroll, and it was amazing to see. He did a very good job placing P6, just behind his mentor Alonso. Amazing weekend for Gabby. I think Hulkenberg has to shiver in his boots, because he did overtake him in the standings. P2, our runner-up, is going to be his mentor Fernando Alonso. Almost the same as I said with Gabby. Amazing qualifying. I can't believe he qualified. He qualified 5th in that Aston Martin. That was nowhere the previous weekend. And coming into the race, he just overtook Norris. Norris struggled to get past him a few laps. When he got past, Alonso was just a mobile chicane, which he usually is. Remember 2021 Hungary with Hamilton? He's just amazing, and I can't believe he actually did this while missing out on an FP1. That is such an amazing feat. I don't know. He's probably getting old now, but he is not showing it on the track. And my winner is going to be George Russell. He had a very good qualifying. That first Q1 and Q2 was very sketchy, but that Q3 was so good. Like, he came out of nowhere, and then he went P4. Very quick, very close to Piastri and Norris. And then the race itself, he didn't make a mistake. He was just constant. He was faster than Norris, and Norris was very, very quick. and he just stayed ahead of him the whole race. And that's what I mean. Like, he did such a good job. He overtook Leclerc at the end. Leclerc maybe had some issues, but he was just that quick. He was never far away from the McLarens the whole race. And I think if he did the one stop, he would probably be third in any case, maybe even second, because I think Piastri would have struggled to get past him. But Russell did a very good job. He's my winner, scoring a very big 25 points to close the gap to Verstappen. Talk about closing the gaps. Let's talk about how the standing looks for the teams and drivers. The rating championship is as follows. Verstappen is still in the lead with 169 points. Russell now a P2, jumping one place. He's now 133. That means he's like 36 points behind Verstappen. I think that's the closest it's been in a while. Alonso P3 now with 119. 1 point ahead of Piastri. Piastri being 2 points ahead of Leclerc. Norris jumping to 6 now, overtaking Albon. He has 109. So it's a very close top 6 fight. Probably from second to 6, very close. Albon dropping to P7. Nothing much changed there. Bortoleto, the big jump up, he jumps 4 places. 11th now, 56 points, just 3 behind his teammates. He's now the second rookie. Antonelli 12th, Behrman 13th, Hamilton 14th, Ocon 15th, and Stroll and Sainz score some points. And the constructors' battle, seeing who has the best driver lineup, is as follows. McLaren still in the lead with 219 points, a big margin ahead of Mercedes that overtake Red Bull once again, and the rest stays the same, but just some extra points. And that is it. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, because the next video is a very important one. It's my summer break drivers ranking, and I'm going to do a new thing where I compare my driver standings with the averages and see which one is a better fit for F1. Thank you for watching, enjoy the day, and I hope you have a good summer break.